Hi there, everybody. It's Keith Schweigert, your high school football blogger for the Huddle on Lancaster Online. I'm coming to you solo this week. Eric Stark's out of the office on vacation this week, so I'll try to run you through all 12 games on the LL League docket this week, starting with our Spotlight game, the game that I'm going to be covering live on Friday night with my live blog, bringing you all the updates from the field and all the scores from around the league. Our Spotlight game, the Section 2 clash between Lebanon and Mannheim Central. Yeah, I know. I've done enough Mannheim Central games already, and I'm going to be doing them again next week, probably when they take on Cocalico. But, you know, I just couldn't resist this matchup. This one features the number one offense in the league against the number one defense in the league, and I'm just a sucker for those statistical matchups. Like I said, Lebanon comes in. They have the league's best offense. They are averaging 440.3 yards per game this year. They got a real good quarterback in Mark Piles. He runs their air raid, no huddle offense really effectively. He's thrown for 1,193 yards and 18 touchdowns in his first 4 games. Those are Peyton Manning numbers. He also is Lebanon's leading rusher. He has 427 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. So he's really the guy that makes their offense go. He's got 2 very good receivers to throw to. He's got Jeremy De La Cruz, who has 22 catches, 492 yards, and 6 touchdowns. And he has Nicholas Negron, who has 14 catches for 321 yards and 8 scores. So both of those guys get heavily involved in the passing game. Lebanon's offense has put up some really big numbers so far, but now they're going against the number one defense in the league in Mannheim Central. The Barons are giving up just 146.7 yards per game, 8.3 points per game. That's 33 points in 4 weeks. That ties them with Cocalico for the lowest total points allowed so far this season. The number that really jumps out at me for this one, though, is on the other side, Lebanon's defense going against Mannheim Central's offense, because Lebanon has some big defensive issues that I think Central is going to be able to exploit this week. The Cedars have the league's second worst defense. They're allowing 386 yards and 37 points per game. And the scary part is for Lebanon, most of those yards that they're giving up, they come on the ground, and that's really right where Mannheim Central is at its most effective on offense. The Barons have the league's 4th-ranked offense. They average 345.5 yards per game, and like I said, most of that comes on the ground. They've really concentrated on the run game this year, and that's because they got 2 very, very good running backs. They got Mark Royer, who has 589 yards and 6 touchdowns already, and Ian Hanselman has 383 yards and also 6 scores. So they're a really good backfield tandem. When they do throw the ball, they have a good guy to throw it. Colin Fry, their quarterback, has thrown for 392 yards and 6 touchdowns so far. So he runs the offense really well. Central runs a little bit of veer option. He makes the right decisions there, and he's a good trigger man when they do ask to throw the ball. So who am I picking? Based on what I just told you, I got to go with Mannheim Central in this one. The Barons are at home. I really like the way their offense matches up against Lebanon's defense. I think what they do best is what Lebanon's worst at stopping. And because they run the ball so well, I think they're going to be able to keep the Cedar offense, off the field and not throwing the ball around all the time. And even if Lebanon does get the ball, Central's defense, as I said, number 1 in the league, I think they are going to be able to slow down that air raid. So I'm picking Central here. I think the Barons win this one and set up their big Section 2 showdown in Week 6 with Cocalico. Join me on Friday night for all the action.